Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week. It chooses the horror film and they discuss it. Today, we're talking 2025's Sinners, which was directed by Ryan Coogler. I'm your co host, Alec.
And I'm Eric.
And before we get started talking about Sinners, just want to remind everybody we're working with Scroll No More. So, Scroll No More Studios, they're going to be helping us produce the podcast. They're going to be helping us with our TikTok, live streams, all this new fun stuff. So, check us out on TikTok. We are posting constantly. So, there's a lot of fun stuff, not just Wheel of Horror, but Scroll No More Studios on TikTok. Check it out. Lots of Wheel of Horror content on there. Lots of stuff we've never shared on Instagram. And, first time anybody's been able to see this stuff. So check it out.
If your mom's not a follower, make your mom be a follower. Everyone, get everyone involved. We
Steal
need the
your
followers.
kids'
Yeah,
phones.
please. That's all we ask. Like, we need a little follower action. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
follow us, check it out. And there's also exclusive content on the TikTok. So check it out. All right, so jumping into Sinners, another 2025 movie for us here on the Wheel of Horror. This is the third week in a row we've done a film that's been released this year. And I have enjoyed all of them so much. So I think this just speaks to how big of a year this is for horror movies. And we're not even done. We still have Weapons. There's so many other ones we haven't even touched yet, but I'm curious, Eric, because I saw this in
Mhm.
theaters. I am very curious what your opinion is on this one. So let's hear you up top. What's
I
going on?
hope I don't overhype this. I hope I don't overhype this. I am so mad I missed this in theaters. Watching this at home is a sin in itself. I feel like a sinner. Um, This might be one of my new favorite horror movies. Like, I mean that. I mean that. Yeah.
Jeez.
It's not even that horror. It's more just a good movie. Like,
Yeah.
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 Now the
And
first.
what? Let me stop. Original ideas. We always talk about this. Like, oh God, more sequels, more
Yeah.
remakes. Warner Brothers with an original idea. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Hell yes. I need more of these types of movies. And if they're good, people will show up.
And they did. I mean, we'll get to the
Yeah.
stats later, but holy freaking mackerel, this movie made a lot of money.
Mackerel.
This movie made so much money. So, yeah, this is a great movie. Great year for horror, but this is a great like movie to be like, "Oh, that's a great horror film. It did well financially. It got great reviews. It's
Yeah.
incredible." So, no, it's great.
Well,
I'm
there's the Leonardo DiCaprio movie that just came out, right? That's like everyone's raving about. What I forgot what it's
Oh,
called.
I saw that. Yeah, one battle after
And
another
you
I
you
saw.
said it was great, right?
I loved it. Yeah.
It's tanking at the box office right now.
It made 190 million. I checked it out. It's not Sinners money, but like I think
Yeah.
the weekend it came out, it didn't do well, and it's done
Mm.
well since then. But that movie was never gonna be a blockbuster. That's like
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
same
I
director
think
as
I
There Will
think
Be Blood.
this was word of mouth because this came out in April. I was very busy. There was no time for movies. And when did you see this? April
Yeah,
around?
right when it came out. Yeah.
And I think word of mouth happened. Like everyone I talked to at work, friends, other people in the pod we talked to were just like, yeah, yeah, Sinners. Mike, who does the marketing, was like, yeah, Sinners was dope.
Oh yeah,
So
you should check
it's
our group chat messages. I think Mike and I both were like Sinners. Like you look it up
yeah,
because back then, yeah,
yes, exactly. And it's been on my list ever forever, and I'm happy we put it on the wheel. But I will say this too: I never saw the trailer.
yeah, that helps.
I never saw the trailer, one. And honestly, I went into this movie nothing.
Hmm.
Knew nothing.
Yep. No, me too.
So,
No,
um,
I've made a point of it. I never watch trailers online. The only time I ever watch trailers is if it's in the theater because I don't want to know anything. And it's an accident. It's not like I'm watching what they're making me watch, but that has helped
yeah.
me. Another movie you should definitely see and never watch the trailer is Barbarian. That movie will blow
Okay.
your freaking mind, and the trailer will hurt it. But if you don't watch the trailer, I didn't see the trailer. So good. Didn't see the trailer for this one. I did see the 28 years later one, which was fine.
I
But
did see that one too.
yeah,
But I did watch the trailer after watching it, and there was two trailers. There was one trailer that didn't give a lot away, the first trailer. The second trailer shows everything. So I would be upset going into the movie and like knowing all that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Don't
I'm
watch the trailer.
very, very happy I saw this knowing nothing, and it was the best experience. I just wish I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, theaters was cool because this was shot on film, I believe. So they were doing the 70 millimeter release, they were doing the 35 millimeter release, they were doing all these different versions of it that you could see in theaters. And it was really cool, especially I thought it was so interesting. I'm sure you noticed this, but the aspect ratio changes throughout the whole film. Like sometimes it's
The
2.78.
box, yep.
Yeah, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's and then other times it would be full frame. And the full frame shots, especially at the end with the clan with that shootout or whatever, that was epic in theaters. Like that was a really cool, like because you get to see the whole screen and you're like,
That's
ooh.
cool.
I
Yeah.
I know, yeah. I do like that they switched the aspect ratios, but seeing it in 1.78, which is the full frame, I'm like, damn, I just wish the whole movie was in this because like I want to see every inch of the screen of this movie.
Yeah.
But before we jump into it, I'm glad you love it. I also very much enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna lie though, this movie is a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's kind of crazy. Like that is a little bit too high, I think, for
Hmm.
me. I think it's a great movie, but 90s, dude, 97 is like the Godfather.
Out of all
Yeah.
the movies in the world, yeah, it is high. It feels high, but it kind of sort of will time tell in 5 years that this goes down to like a 70 in our minds? I don't think so.
I don't think 70, but I think maybe mid 80s, maybe low to mid 80s.
Okay.
I think that's fair. Like, I know a lot of criticism about this movie is that it's similar to From Dusk Till Dawn, but that's
Very.
not 100% accurate. There's like similar things, but there's way more going on in Sinners. You know, there's a lot more going on here. It's better shot, it's better acted. Like, there's things. But when I saw 97% when I went into the theaters to see it, I was like, oh my God, this movie's gonna like change who I am as a human. And then I saw Final Destination also had like a 95, and I was just like, what is like these are good, but like
So yeah, yeah, maybe that's a trend on Rotten Tomatoes where it's like new movies that are good are just getting these high ratings that equivalent to like The Godfather that came out 50 years ago. I agree. I agree. I
I
agree.
mean,
I
yeah,
agree.
I'll put it this way, like I think Goodfellas has a lower rating than like Final Destination 6, and I'm sitting there like, really?
It doesn't add up. So maybe there needs to be like a new rating system. IMDb, I still don't trust it, but like I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't
Like an
know.
overall movie rating for like that doesn't think of time. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, this is a fantastic movie, but when I hear 97, I'm thinking like
Jaws.
literally something that's going to be a classic forever, like an instant classic. And again, this is great. It's
It
great.
could be, man. It could be,
It
but
could be, but I
time
don't know.
tells. Time tells. Look at Get Out. Get Out is already aged. Like a
Yeah.
little bit. Like what other movies? Like I don't know. Like the only other movie that really hit me as hard as this is It Follows. Like I loved It Follows, and then I feel like I fell in love with this movie though. I don't know.
It's this movie's a great movie. It's got it all. And like you said, like the first act like doesn't feel like a horror movie. It's really just kind of like, oh, it's like a gangster movie almost. Like these guys come to town, we're
Yeah.
learning about the world, we're meeting the characters, and then about an hour into the movie,
45
horror.
minutes exactly almost.
Yeah.
I saw when the guy shows up at the door. Yeah.
Yeah, and then 45 minutes in, it's a hard left turn, and the movie totally changes. And there's little sprinkles in the beginning to be like, ooh, okay, something might be going on here. But by the 45-minute mark, you're in a totally different movie with the characters that are established. So that's
Yeah.
cool. Not a lot of movies can pull that off. So
Like going from a gangster movie to a horror movie. Pivot. Hard pivot,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's what it felt like. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, we'll work through the plot and it's overwhelmingly positive, but I do have a couple little criticisms. We'll see if you agree, but why don't I guess I'll work through those up top. But like one thing, I might be the only person that thinks this. I might be crazy here and tell me if I am. I think the movie would have been better if Michael B. Jordan wasn't playing both characters.
Like wasn't a twin. It
Yeah.
wasn't twins.
Yeah.
It
I
was
think
like two different characters.
two different actors because
I don't know. I think the
I
smokestack twins is a cool concept.
or make them twins and have them be fraternal or whatever. I mean, I think Michael B. Jordan did an unbelievably good job. It's nothing to do with him. I don't know. I didn't feel like it added anything to have them to be identical, and I kind of sometimes got a little confused on who was who.
I got
And
goosebumps when they're passing the cigarette back and
it
forth,
was
knowing
great.
that it's the same person
Yeah.
and knowing that there's only truly one of them in real life.
Hmm.
And I just thought it was magically shot.
Oh no, no,
Like that is
nothing.
not easy. That's not like Parent Trap where they split screen it. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, no, no. I think it's a technical achievement. All that stuff is great, but I feel like for the movie, just like the actual plot of the movie, I was like, do they need to be identical? So I don't know. That was the only thing. Maybe have one of them have like a really distinct facial hair or something like that. I know they were red and blue, like I get that, but every time I was like, which one is Smoke and which one
I
is
think that
Stack?
helps while you're watching it though, keeping like guessing in general. Is that Mary Kate or is that Ashley? I have no idea.
That
Like
helps. That helps the
no,
movie.
but like literally, like I was the first time watching this, I was very confused. I watched this 3 times this week, Alec.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. And I'm halfway through the third time, so
Mhm.
not three, 2.5. But I think having twins makes you think, is that Smoke or is that Stack? What's going on here?
Yeah,
So the
that's
rewatch
distraction.
it adds rewatchability though,
I
having twins.
guess. All right, fine. Yeah,
There's a blue hat and a red
yeah.
hat too. So
They're the Pokemon versions of each other. But I guess the thing is, it would help it is maybe it's just me, but maybe if one of them had like a distinct goatee or one of them had a mustache and the other one didn't, I don't know, something. I guess one of them had gold teeth, but like I couldn't tell you which one it
yeah.
was because I can't remember the difference.
Totally that. And then there's to so many times in the movie that I was like, is that Smoke or is that Stack?
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
think that makes you get lost in the
Okay.
film.
Let me ask you this.
Sure,
Which one survives at the end? Smoke or Stack?
Stack.
Okay. All right. So yes, that's true. It's a 50-50 shot, so you could have guessed, but
No, I knew that. I knew
yeah,
Smokes.
so
Whoa,
Smoke
whoa, whoa. Yeah, all right.
and
Both.
which one is
Both.
red and blue?
Smoke. Hold on. Is red and Stack is blue. Correct?
I don't
No,
know.
other way around. Other way around.
I don't
Right?
know. I can't
No,
remember.
but that's why it's good though, because like you're watching it and wait, hold on. I just watched the scene where Haley Steinfeld says smoke to the blue hat.
Yeah.
No, to the red hat. Oh my God, I'm so confused. Pokemon, Charizard, Blastoise. I don't know. I don't know.
I just
No,
love
but
how
that
this makes you think it's better because you're like, while you're watching the movie, I'm not thinking about what's happening. I'm thinking which character's which.
no,
Like, that
totally.
doesn't
And
help
like
the movie.
I'm watching Double Total in Trouble with Shannon, my wife, and we're watching it, and I'm like, which one's Mary Kate? Which one's Ashley? She's like, that one's Mary Kate. That one's Ashley. I was like, how the fuck can you tell them apart? And she's like, well, Mary Kate has around her face, and I'm like, okay, but this is the same character. This is like, there's no differentiating them. Period.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that was my only, that's really my main and only criticism. Basically, a couple little plot holes, but otherwise, I think the acting is fantastic. I think everybody brought something unique. The kid, Sammy, that kid.
He's the main character.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, it is. It's his story. It is his story.
Yes.
And I think, good God, his singing, his acting, his voice, even his speaking voice, I was like, I love this character. Like, he
Yeah.
was fantastic. Obviously, Smoke and Stack are amazing. I thought the Southern vampire guy was fantastic. I mean, everybody in this movie is bringing something unique and fun to it. So,
Cornbread too. Can't forget about
oh,
cornbread.
Cornbread's great. The Haley Steinfeld character, Mary, she was great. His wife, Smoke's wife, who is like the hoodoo lady, like she
Like
was
a
great.
voodoo.
No, hoodoo,
Love it.
because it's hoodoo down there.
It's hoodoo
It's
down there.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Maybe I'm speaking wrong. I don't know, but I think it's hoodoo. I don't know what makes voodoo, but hoodoo. But I don't know. Anyways, um,
Hoodoo. I don't know. Yeah.
so yes, all of the characters are fantastic. All of the acting is great. You know, like there's not a weak link in the movie. And obviously the way it's shot, it was incredible. Like different aspect
Yeah.
ratios. The cotton fields were so vibrant, the way they
Mhm.
looked. Like I loved the night, like when there that fire tornado at the end, the sky was so beautiful in the background. Like there's a lot of great stuff in this movie.
Driving through the cotton fields when they're driving was beautiful.
But let me ask you,
You might, well, you could, please
was
ask
that
this.
green screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
It looked
I
like
think
green
so.
screen.
I
It
think
looked
so.
pretty green
I
screeny.
think so. My favorite shot in the film, though, one of my favorite shots is when they're uncovering their hidden truck, remember? In
Yeah, yeah.
the and the rattlesnake,
Yeah.
and they look up at the sky, and he's like, "Isn't it a beautiful day?"
Yeah.
And I just like that beautiful day scene goes all the way to the end of the movie, and I'll
Yeah.
explain that when we cover this podcast. But dude, like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I really like this movie.
Good. I'm really glad.
It captivated me. It had me asking questions. I also had multiple predictions at the end, which I'll talk about, where I was like, I think this is gonna happen. It didn't happen.
Mhm.
So there was a lot going on where it kept me engaged. Yeah.
No, I mean it's a very engaging movie, you know. Yeah, so just like a kind of brief, we'll get through the plot here, but it's essentially about these two brothers, Smoke and Stack, which is even more confusing because in the beginning they're like, "You guys twins?" Like, "Nah, we cousins." And I'm like, "The fuck are you then? Like, what is
No,
this?"
they're brothers.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're identical twin brothers who say they're not brothers. So I was like, okay. And they're back from Chicago. So they were working for Al Capone up in Chicago. It's 1932
They
in Mississippi.
stole from him too.
Yes. So, but let me finish this. So there, it's 1932 Mississippi. So this is during Prohibition. So these
Hmm.
guys, yeah, they're working for Al Capone up in Chicago. They're learning about Italian alcohol, Irish alcohol, and then they're like, yes, they rob Al Capone, and they're like, we got to get the hell out of Dodge. They go back home, and we're basically seeing the return of Smokestack Twins and what they're planning on doing in their hometown.
Yeah, it's like you and me coming back to our hometown and just like getting a huge house and getting the DeLorean, a slush puppy machine, all the things we've dreamed of, right? So
It'd be,
that's
yeah,
what they're doing. They're like, we did it. We made out in Chicago, which we learn is also very racist. It makes no difference. And they made that scene in the movie where he's like, there's nothing difference between the plantation and the buildings. It's Jim Crow laws don't matter. Uh, and they come back and they want this is their childhood dream. It's like Casa Bonita, Trey Parker, Matt Stone for them, really.
yeah, yeah. Essentially, they're going to open up their own juke bar, which is at this time it's illegal to do that because alcohol is illegal. And you bring up an interesting point too, because yeah, he does say the line. He's just like because the character Sammy is like he's younger, he's their cousin, and he's like, oh man, I want to go to Chicago and see it. Must be amazing. Like I heard black people can go wherever they want. And it's an interesting thing because, yes, even though they don't have Jim Crow law up there and it's not like that, it's kind of like the white people have their own area, the black
Hmm.
people have their own area, and black people can come there, but they probably aren't welcome and they're not comfortable and stuff like that. So that's why they're like, we're going to open our
The
own
only
place.
difference between the plantation and Chicago is the buildings, pretty much is
Yeah.
what he said. Yeah.
So now they're like, we're gonna open our own bar. It's just gonna be for black people. It's gonna be run by us, and we're gonna just have a place where we can have fun, sort of thing.
And they also brought firepower with them from Al Capone. Remember
Yeah,
they
yeah.
say, and which we see later in the film, to protect themselves from those people that would shut it down, the
Yeah.
Klan and
Yeah, they
stuff.
stole like a Tommy gun. They stole all this stuff. And something I love about this movie, since it takes place in 1932, you learn a little bit about their past even before Chicago. They're like, we
Hmm.
were in the trenches together. So they were in World War One. These two brothers were in the
I
trenches in
know.
World War One. Then they're in Chicago being bootleggers and all this stuff. So these guys have had pretty intense lives, you
And
know?
we don't know anything about World War One besides that they were there pretty much
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
trenches.
yeah.
But you got to think by the necklace he's gotten, how much this protected him in World War One, and how much they've sinned in World War One. So it's like, yeah, these guys have been sinning, literally, and
Yeah,
that's the name of the movie.
yeah, yeah. So, they're like anti-heroes basically. Like they're not good
Totally.
guys, but they're not bad guys, but you
But
like them.
they're with their cousin now, who's a preacher boy,
Yeah.
and totally just a good kid, you know?
Yeah, he's the son of a preacher and the dad his father's the preach and he's just like, "Hey, your music is the devil and it makes people like, have sex and sin and all of this stuff." So he hates that his son is into this. Um and the son has like bigger aspirations. He's like, "I don't want to just grow up here and live here. I want to go experience the world." And he sings a song I think it's called Travelin', and it's just about like how he wants to go and experience the world. And so I love that about his character. Like he sees what his father's life is, and he's like, "This is not what I want," sort of thing. And he
Yeah.
sees that music is his way of getting out, and he's so talented. There's a term they call him because he is basically an ancient spirit that music inhabits certain people throughout the ages and they become like a Jimi Hendrix or something that like an undeniable talent. And it's like, no matter where they play, what they do, people stop and they listen. And he's one of those extreme rare talents. And I think, and I'm pretty sure this is universally thought of, but he's the reason the vampires come is because of his voice.
I think well at the beginning of the movie too, there's like an opening sequence where they show their Irish had these people have these people, this ethnicity had this people,
Yeah.
and it's Irish vampires, clearly,
Mhm.
right? I think they show up because they know Preacher Boy's there.
Yeah, so his voice, I think, attracts the vampires, and the vampires want to absorb him to take on his, his power, essentially, the music, his
Exactly.
voice. So, yeah, no, they mentioned the Cherokees have their own version. I think there was the,
Hmm.
the African version, and so it's a really cool idea of like the being of music is like a real thing almost, which is kind of cool. And it's almost like Doctor Sleep with like the shine, and then it attracts the knots
Yeah,
a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying
yeah.
they took it, but it's a cool idea. Because the shine is pretty vague. This is like, no, this is like a
I
musical
was thinking it
spirit.
it too with like fear, whereas uh it would feed off of something that is harder to fear, and that's Preacher Boy. Preacher Boy is someone who is more unique than a normal person, and so
Oh
the
yeah.
vampires would enjoy it more. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and he sings and that it wakes them up and attracts them. So yes, we have our characters. We have Sammy, Smoke, and Stack. They're basically the three like main characters. And Smoke and Stack, they're gonna open their juke bar. They're really excited. They're going into town and they're kind of like talking to various people like we need signs, we need food, we need a chef, we need security. So
It
it's
literally felt like a college party, like prepping for a college party. Like we need like a keg of beer, we need this, we need that, we need
yeah.
like
Yeah.
pizza.
And the first,
Yeah.
it feels like an Avengers almost. It's just like, the first
Yeah.
45 minutes is like getting the crew together, essentially, for this big fun night. And there's a couple really crazy lines. I don't know if I want to repeat it, but when they're driving in the car and he's trying to explain about what to do with a woman, so they're like imposing like cousinly older wisdom on Sammy and stuff like that. So the day is going really good. They're all connecting. Sammy is playing his music for them, and they're like, "Damn, our cousin is so talented! Like, what the hell?" So
We're gonna
everything in
make
the
money
movie,
off you, boy. That's what they
yeah,
tell him. Yeah, yeah.
and it's a great opening. The one thing that we did brush past is how they acquire the property. So they meet this old, like, fat white guy who, like, is just like, I'm a Southern gentleman kind of guy. And they are having, like, it's a pretty, like, tumultuous conversation. And they're like, we're going to pay you off right now with all the money we got. And we never want to see you or your clansmen around here ever, ever. And we're going to kill them. And he's like, there's no clan around here. Like, what do you, this is Mississippi
The
in the
clan's gone.
30s.
The clan's gone. Yeah,
Mississippi
pretty
in the
much.
30s, you think there's a clan down here? It's like, yeah. So they're like, he's like, all right, great, we'll never see you again. And we find out that is not the case. This guy is in the clan. He's the
Mhm.
Grand Wizard, Master Dragon, or
Of
whatever.
course. Well, who else would it be? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So he is in the clan, and yeah, so that comes into play later in the movie. But then we meet the rest of the town. There's Bo Chow, or I think was
Bo
the name.
Chow,
Yeah.
he's of Asian descent, and he seems like he owns multiple businesses around where him, his daughter, and his wife are running that whole town, it felt like, right?
Well, apparently, what this is, I looked it up a little bit. That was based on real people. There were a lot of Chinese immigrants that would move to the South in that time, and they would kind of toe the line between the white and black areas. So that's what this was showing. Was one of the shops was for the white people, and the other one's for the black people, and
But
they
they
would
both owned it, and
they own
like,
both. Yeah.
what a world we
So
lived
that
in.
those are real
Like,
people, like based on real actual people. Yeah, the director Ryan Coogler, his uncle was like, apparently like from this area, so he learned a lot about him, about this area from his uncle, and did a lot of research on it. So it's pretty historically accurate. Um, so yeah, so they've got they got food, they got alcohol, they've got entertainment now, they've got security, they've got everything they need for a great night, and
but
they're
they got
gonna.
to pick up their other Avengers. And where do they
Who
go
else?
next?
Who else
They
was?
pick up Delta Slim,
Yeah, so the
my
music.
favorite
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
So they got their cousin who's uh like literally a prodigy guitarist. We
Yeah.
know this at this point.
Oh, and I love Delta Slim. He laughs so hard when he's like, "This kid knows about the blues." He's like, "I got socks older than this kid." He's like, "This
I
kid doesn't know
love
about the
that. I love
blues."
that. I love that. I love that they bring him the Irish beer. He drinks
Mm.
the beer. He said, "Got 500 more bottles of that. I'll pay you $20 a night. What say you?" Pretty much, and it just cuts to Delta Slim just fucking ripping the harmonica.
Yeah,
I think that shot made me giggle. Like I
yeah,
was laughing.
that was good. Good editing and yeah, I mean, like seriously, there's nothing we've talked about that's even remotely scary except for the Klansman,
Is
obviously.
the game? We're
But
talking about the gangster part
yeah, there's
mostly. Yeah.
nothing in this part. Probably my favorite part of the opening movie though, like, is when I think it's Smoke. I don't know. He goes inside the shop and he's talking to Chow, and they're figuring out their deal. And there's two guys trying to rob his truck, and he just
Yeah.
walks out and just shoots one of them in the ass. And then the other one's standing there, and he's, "We didn't know this was your truck or whatever." And he shoots the other guy. He's like, "Why'd you do that?" And he's like, "Nobody can attempt to rob the Smokestack twins and not have a limp to show it." And I was like, "Oh, that's a cool way to show his character. Like, these guys are badass. Like, they
And
shoot
he's
first and ask
I
questions
like
later."
that. And right before that, he's like, "Jerry, how the fuck are you, dude? I haven't seen you in forever." He's like, "I was a lot better before you shot me in the ass." It's like, "Why are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
robbing me?"
Yeah, and then
And
it
it's like,
also shows that he's
"I
a
didn't
good
know this was
person.
your truck." And the girl who he paid to watch the truck is like, "I told you it was their
Yeah.
truck." And
Like,
he's like,
yeah.
"Fuck,
But
ah," like.
but it shows two sides of him. He's the shoot first, ask questions guy later, but then also he pays for their doctor bills. So he's
Sure,
like,
he's establishing a brand. He's
yeah,
like the Smokestack Twins, and also we're opening a business. We're going to be the hottest business. So he
yep.
is literally every move he's making this day is establishing his brand.
Yeah, and also I love too that girl that he's getting to watch the truck when this whole is going down. He's basically training her to be like, know your worth. Make negotiate.
Hmm.
Don't just take 10 cents from me, push for 20. Because that's his community. He's trying to teach them the things that he learned in Chicago and he's bringing it back to
Exactly.
them. So yeah, it's really cool. It's like I love this establishing of the movie. And then we get to the crux of the movie, the real bulk of it. Before this, though, before the night starts, basically, there is one shot where there's a guy running through a field. His face is like melting. He's freaking out, and he gets to this random house, and he's a vampire, and he convinces this couple to let him in the house. He kills both of them, turns them into vampires, and they join his side
Before that, who was there to stop them?
to stop the
To
vampires.
stop the one guy
There's a bunch
when it
of, I
was,
think they're Cherokees, and they're chasing him down. They're the Native
yeah.
American tribe in the area, and I wish there was more of them. I wanted to learn more about
That
what they
was
were
one of my
doing.
predictions. I thought they'd show up later on
Yeah,
in the film.
that would have been sick because
That
they,
was one of my predictions was that the indigenous people were going to show up. The Cherokees were going
yeah,
to like help them, but we don't see them again.
I know I hate that because they were cool, and I wanted to see them more. I wanted to know more about like how do they know about the vampires? Why
I
are they?
kept while watching this, I was keeping that in my back pocket. I was like, they're going to show up again.
That's honestly another kind of massive criticism for me is like, where is this vampire coming from? What happened to him? Where's his like old group?
While we're at it too, the other big, and it happens kind of, but one of the other things I thought was happening too, there's two little like seeds planted, the Klan and the Cherokee. I
Mhm.
thought for sure the Klan would show up at the wrong
I
time
know,
too.
dude. That was another thing I wanted too. I know, I was
It's like
mad.
imagine the Klan showing
I
up thinking
know.
that they're gonna like
Yes.
wipe them out, and
I
then
know.
they're just attacked by vampires and
I
they become
know.
clan vampires.
Dude,
I thought that for like the whole. I was like that, and then I saw. So that is what makes this movie good. It keeps you engaged.
I know I'm mad though, because dude, how sick would it have been if the vampires attack, the clan attacks, and the Native Americans all come at the same time and there's
And
just like,
and they just turn them all into
dude, it
vampires, and
would have
it's
been
just like
so cool.
Cherokee vampires, clan vampires against the Smokestack brothers.
Dude,
Yeah.
the whole time I was watching it, I was like please let one of these things happen, and none of them do. But
You
whatever.
felt that way too watching the
Yeah.
first time, right? Okay.
I thought one of them was going to come at least. And then this time I was
Hmm.
like, wait, yeah, why didn't the clan come at night? Like, why would they come during the day? And then I was like, God damn it. But whatever. Missed opportunity, but it's
No,
whatever.
not a missed opportunity. This is its own unique movie, and it did
Yeah,
its own unique thing.
I know. It's kind of like at the end of Kill Bill 2. It's like, that's how Bill dies. And it's like, well, it's not what you expected. It's like, all right.
Yeah,
Anyways.
Tony Soprano, anything. You can name anything. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, so that's what we would have liked to have happen, but whatever. So the vampire, the one thing too is he sees that the people he's killing at this house are part of the clan because he sees their outfit, which I'm kind of like, why would that just be like right there? Like
Right? Like, yeah, yeah.
that should well, I'm saying if you're a member of the clan and clearly it's not like an accepted thing, like you should keep that in a drawer, right? Not like in the like as someone a guest is opening the door, they can see your clan outfit. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of like okay, but whatever. It's for the audience. Um,
That now is the one thing I don't like about this movie. Yeah.
no, whatever. But I wish we knew where the vampire was coming from. I wish we knew a little bit more about why he's in there. I think it's because of the music, but I'm still like, but why is he in Mississippi? You know, he's from Ireland, so what is he doing? I just want to know more about him, but whatever. His name is Remick, and he's the lead vampire. So now he's got two vampires on his side, Bert and his wife. I can't remember the wife's name. And
Mary wasn't Mary. It might be
no,
Mary. I don't know.
Mary is Steinfeld, that girl.
Okay,
What's her name?
yeah.
Yeah. So, two other things, and then we'll get to the night. Smoke and Stack both have love interests. Smokes is his wife, I think, and she has like a hoodoo, like kind of I don't even know what it is, like a demonology sort of spiritual store or whatever, and she sells like sage and stuff to local people. And her and Smoke had a baby that died. And I don't know if they're still married or if they got divorced
I
after
don't know if they're
that.
married.
I
I
don't
don't think they're
know.
married.
But
I
they
don't think
had a
they're married.
relationship and she had got pregnant, had a kid, the kid died, and they still have feelings for each other. They sleep together in this movie and all that stuff. And then Stack is with Mary, who's
No, they were flings when they were kids, it sounds like. And the timing worked out where he comes home from Chicago to his hometown, and she's coming home to her hometown,
yeah,
and she just buried her mom,
yeah,
and
Stack.
she's mad at Stack because like her mom gave him a bed and food, and he really told her off at that scene when they're picking up Delta Slim, and I was like, damn, that
Yeah,
was rough for anyone to hear.
yeah,
But
yeah. He's
he had
mean.
business to do, and he was like, "Get out
You
of
don't have to
here!"
be a dick about it, but yeah,
Holy shit, that was beyond.
I know.
Yeah,
It's like, do you not want us to like this guy? Like,
Sinner,
it's pretty mean.
sinner.
It wasn't
Yeah,
even a sin, it was just mean. But yeah, he basically just says like, yeah, your mom was basically just like food and a couch for us to sleep
and
on.
I slept with you, and yeah, what do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, oh my God. But then she says, "Go to hell." Like, I'm like, I'll be there.
Yeah. He
That's
knows
what he said. He
he
knows he's a
knows. Oh
sinner.
yeah.
He knows he's a sinner.
Yeah. I just mean in moments like this, like you don't need to be a dick, but whatever. Yeah, so Mary and Stack had a thing, and yeah, so now we get to the big part of the movie. The big opening night of their juke bar. They got food, they got wine or alcohol, they
It's
got
not a
Italian
juke bar.
wine.
It's not a juke bar. It's a juke joint.
Juke joint.
God
Sorry,
damn
whatever.
it.
All right, juke joint. So it's a big juke joint. It's illegal. They're not allowed to be doing this. Obviously, there's alcohol. They've got Irish beer, which is a rarity down there. They got Italian wine, and then they got corn liquor, and you know,
Corn liquor. I
corn
love how you
liquor.
said that.
So it's a party. Everybody's having a good time. It's funny because when I saw this movie, the dance scene and they're playing the music, and then all of a sudden it starts to go to like, like a futuristic guitar player and like a rapper and stuff
Like
like
a Lenny
that.
Kravitz and a DJ table.
I didn't
Yeah.
like it when I saw it in theaters, but I think now seeing it again, I was just like, oh, okay. So they're saying that this is like a musical spirit that transcends time and space, and like, so I was like, all right, I'm more on board now. So.
I think that one scene alone could win them the Oscar for cinematography.
Well, it was really cool, and I love too because it was like the whole place was burning down, and it almost made it feel like
Yeah,
that.
Alec, because the roof.
I know, I know.
The roof is on fire.
I'm just saying it was a really cool visual because it's like, oh, all these people are like totally encompassed by the music and like, yeah, the roof is on fire and they're not even caring because they're all just so into the music. I love that. I thought that was really cool. Um, and yeah, there's all that, and there's a little bit of this doesn't really matter, but basically, like a couple people are trying to pay in like wood coins, and Smoke, I think, is like, no, they're paying him money, and Stack is like, well, listen, like we need to build a relationship with these people, let them have fun for a little while. So it's like one of them's trying to be like the good, fun one, the other one's trying to be the business person. So it's like
Yes.
you got to see a little bit of that, which is fun. Um, but finally, I think we've covered most of the big beats up to this
Yes,
point.
it comes to a head when the brothers go to talk about finances. They come upstairs and they talk and they say, obviously Mary is back, the Haley Steinfeld character,
Hmm.
and she is clearly still in love with him. And it goes well, and he tells her, "I've always loved you too."
Hmm.
And she goes off. And then the brothers talk, and he said, these people are playing plantation money, like not real money."
Yeah.
So he says, in 2 months we're going to be underwater, and then that's the instant this movie changes from. I mean, aside from when the vampire shows up at the door of the other person, but that's the move when the movie changes to a horror movie because the vampires show up with their banjos,
Hmm.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
and the vampires, we see them a little bit when Remick kills the people at their house. Dude, I thought the eyes look fantastic.
Yeah.
The vampire makeup in this movie, especially Remick when he's dying at the end, looks so good. But I thought the contacts were so good.
That's CGI too, no doubt.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But yeah, sometimes vampire eyes, especially in the 80s, looked really good. And I don't know. I thought these looked really great too. So
I think
yeah.
Jim Carrey killed that in The Grinch. Jim Carrey like had to go through like training to take his contacts out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I just remember like Fright Night and Salem's Lot. Like I love the eyes in those movies for vampire movies. But yeah, this one's a really good one too. And yeah, so Remick and the two people that he killed, they're all vampires and they're following vampire rules. So they're not allowed to go, they can't enter a house without being invited, which is a huge part of this movie. So if you didn't know about vampires, you'd probably be like, why can't they just go in? But yeah, so that's a big thing about
I
vampires.
love that that's like the big thing about this movie. There's multiple things, but like the big thing is you never invite a vampire into your home.
Yeah.
And that was the focus of this movie. And it was like so well done. So well done.
Yeah, so they don't invite them in, not because they think they're vampires, but because they're white. And they're like, yeah, we don't, this is for us kind of thing. And like, we're trying to make this a special thing for us. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, we were just trying to share music with you guys and
We'll
blah, blah,
we'll
blah.
go we'll go walk off all slow like and hope you change your mind.
Yeah, and they play their music and they're talented. It's just a different type of music, than I think what they're trying to do with their club.
But it
Um,
felt off.
Yeah, it felt like a cult almost. It felt like a weird like hymn or something like that,
But
but it
like
was
you
weird.
said, the hoodoo woman's there and she's looking at Stack or Smoke and like, mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm. Like,
Yeah.
don't.
So, okay, so they send them away and they're kind of talking like, "Hey, like we got to get rid of these people. Like they're just chilling over there. Like we got to do something." This is a moment I did not love. They
Okay.
send Mary out there alone. And
Well,
it's
because she's
like,
white
so what? So send Cornbread with her as backup just to stand there and to watch that they don't fucking attack her. So they send Mary
you're not
out
wrong.
by herself. I'm not saying
You're
that
not wrong. You're not
yeah,
wrong. You're not wrong.
because
Yeah, yeah. She needs a little
inciting
support. Yeah.
that's the inciting incident of the movie is, oh yeah, Mary, you're white, they're white, go talk to them. They could still fucking kill her like they do. So I was like, there should definitely have sent
But
somebody
you
with
think you
him.
think Mary's tough enough knowing Smoker Stack that she can
No,
handle her own?
nobody can handle three
Didn't
on
she
one.
say something along the lines like I could beat every bitch in the whole place, right? Didn't
Okay.
she say that?
Nobody can fight three versus one. There's two men and there's a woman, and then one woman walks out. Like she's not going to be able to take all three of them by
Okay.
herself. So I
I
hate
think
that.
that's the only reason they sent her out is because like she can handle her own.
whatever.
That's the only reason.
I think
Yeah.
that, well, if I was smoking stack, I'd still be like, well, we don't know those people, so like I'll go with you and you
Hey,
do the
Cornbread,
talking.
can you like walk 10 feet with
Yeah,
her,
keep an
talk to
eye
those
on
people on the
her.
log? Yeah, yeah,
Right.
you're right. You're right. You're right.
Because what happens is Mary gets bitten and then Mary's able to go back
Love that
in.
shot too. I love that
No.
shot too, where she like turns away from them
Dude, that's
and
such a good
like
shot, but they never do it again. Why don't
fucking
they
loved
do
it.
that more when
They
they
don't fly ever again.
I hated that because I'm like, you show us this sick ass scene, and then the whole barn is going crazy and nobody's flying around. I was like, oh, come on.
I loved it. I
No, it's
loved it. I loved
cool.
it.
That's a cool shot, but I wish they again utilized it more because I was like, oh, this is sick. These vampires can fly like this, you know? Okay, so now the shit's hit the fan. Mary is a vampire. She's welcomed back in because they don't know any better. And then a kind of dumb thing is Mary shouldn't have been like, I'm gonna go fuck Smoke now or whatever. She probably should have been like, hey, like they're good. Like we should let them in. Like honestly, I talked to them, they're good. But no, she goes and has sex with Stack and then infects him or whatever. And then by that point, everything's like, oh shit, what's going on? So like kind of dumb that the vampires weren't like, okay, now you just go invite us in now, you know? So
Honestly, everything happened so fast that I can't make an excuse for you. But
I just thought
yeah,
that was kind of like I understand that she wanted to possess Stack or whatever, but I'm like, just like get the vampires in first then and then do it. But whatever, doesn't matter. So that was a little annoying. So Stack's infected now, Mary's infected now, the vampires are standing outside and they've articulated we want Sammy. Like we heard that beautiful voice from
Mhm.
outside, the walls are great, we want that or whatever. And all right, so here's another thing really quick. I've never seen this in a vampire movie before, I don't think. When do they just become, when is it like a hive mind? Like, when do you just get
Hive
bit by a
mind.
vampire and then immediately you're like, oh, I'm on their side. I understand all of the plan. I like, I'm totally in. Like, whatever you need. Because Mary has known Smoke and Sack and all those people for 35 years or whatever. And then she gets bit by the vampire. She's like, totally on this guy's team now. Fuck all these guys. Like, I don't even know
I think
them.
that's what makes this a unique movie, is because the first person the vampire attacked, the clan member and the
Same thing.
wife,
Why?
same
Yeah.
thing.
Why? I've never seen that in a vampire movie before. Like in Lost Boys, when Michael gets bit, it takes
I
him.
disagree. That's well, Lost Boys is one, but like you have to take your first victim first before you're truly a vampire. And I guess
Yeah.
that's what happened.
I guess
So
Evil Ed in Fright Night becomes a dick immediately, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird that they all it became literally like a computer system where it's like I bite you, now I know all of your
it
information.
becomes an infection more than a like
But
a how do
yeah.
you know? How do you know what the plan is? Yeah, you're
But
right. You're
another thing
right.
that I didn't like about this though is if you're gonna go that route with a hive mind thing, then why when you kill the head vampire does that not kill all the vampires then? Because when they hit Remick in the head, they're all like, ah, my head. But then when they kill Remick, they don't all die. So I was like, oh guys, what are we doing here? Like try to stick with one
So
lane.
the little of that, little
That's
of that.
why I was like, oh, they're not vampires, they're this hate thing. And then all of a sudden they're like, these ain't hates, these are vampires. I was like, fuck.
Like
Like
clan vampires. Okay. Yeah.
no, I just wish that they had maybe called it like something else, like a voodoo thing, but whatever. Whatever. These are just things I was,
Maybe if we look deeper and watch it again, we could find out like there's the Irish ones and the
nah, I don't
Hispanic
know.
ones and
Whatever, whatever.
like there's
So
different kinds of vampires. I don't know. Who knows?
these
I
are
mean,
just my
it's
little nitpicks that I was kind of just like, okay, okay, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. So basically all hell has broken loose at this point. Occasionally one person will like Cornbread goes to the bathroom outside, they attack him.
I
You know.
dude when he like whipped it out, like I was giggling. I was like, of course Cornbread has like a fucking 20-inch hog. Like that was insane, dude.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. So
I was like, of course.
yeah, no, it's a great but yeah, it's so everybody's kind of getting picked off one by one before the shit hits the fan. But then basically Sammy goes in to check on Stack and he's like, "Oh, Stack, like what's going on?" And he sees them having sex and then Smoke goes and is like, "Get the fuck out of here." And he sees blood and
Yeah.
she bit Stack in the neck. And she's like, "It's not what it looks like." And he shoots her a bunch and she doesn't die. And she runs outside and she's like, "You're all gonna die tonight." And I was like, "Oh shit, it's like Evil
She
Dead."
takes off. They
Yeah.
lock him in, and the hoodoo woman comes in hot. Like, oh girl, like this is bad now,
Well,
right?
here's another thing. Here's another thing, Eric. They don't have any idea that these are vampires, and she immediately throws pickled garlic on one of them.
And calls it, yeah.
She's like, they're vampires. I was like, you didn't know, like, you just threw this random thing at them, and you're like, oh, okay, they are vampires. I don't know. Whatever, doesn't matter. You know what I kind of wish she said? You know what I kind of wish she said? She's like, well, you know that movie Dracula that came out last year? Like I kind of, because that movie was out at this point. So she could have referenced
True.
Dracula
Nosferatu was
or
out too.
Nosferatu. She could have referenced those movies to be, because like, what are vampires? They could be like, oh, it's like that movie. Um, which would have been very relevant at the time of this movie, taken where it takes place. Basically, at this point, all hell is broken loose. We know that they're vampires. Everybody's aware of this, and the vampires are still trying to get in. And I think the way that they do this, I thought this was really clever. Is they have Bo, the Asian man who owns the store. His wife is in the place still, and she's like, I don't know where my husband is. I really want him back. And Bo basically is like, hey, you should come
I'll
out
get
or
the
whatever.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you should come out. And she's just like, what's like, what, this guy's getting murdered. There's vampires. What are you talking about? And then at that point,
And they threaten the daughter.
at that point, because the Remick, the main vampire, has all of the information of all the people that he's possessed or whatever. So he knows, oh, we're gonna go after Lucy, and he says it in Mandarin to her. So it's like this guy speaks another language. He starts talking about going down on her, and he's like, and we're gonna go kill your daughter right now. So she's like, okay, this is real. So, but then she fucking ruins everything when she's just
I
like,
know.
come in. I would just be like, all right, you gotta die now. Like, God, you just fucked everybody. So thank
Yeah.
you. And they're probably gonna kill your daughter too. So thanks. Thanks for that. Yeah. So another thing too they mention, which is really cool at this point too, is the first guy that Remick bites, Bert. He's the nephew of the guy that sold Smoke and Stack the house. So he's also part of the clan. And he's like, oh, by the way, like this wasn't gonna work out for you guys anyways, because if we didn't show up, the clan is gonna come and kill you tomorrow.
Which shows up later.
It would have been cooler if it showed up that night.
100%.
Yeah, but
No, no, no. He didn't forget that.
no, no, no. I'm saying it would
Smoke
have been
didn't forget that.
no, I know it would have been so much cooler if they just showed up that night, like, but I'm just saying, yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
I know,
I,
whatever,
I would
whatever,
I would
whatever.
have liked I would have liked to see a shootout between Smoke and Stack with vampire clansmen, and then the Cherokee Indian Native American indigenous people show up.
Yeah,
And it's just like, oh man, like a trifecta
yeah,
of fighting. I
but
would have
whatever.
loved it.
Doesn't
But no,
happen,
no, no,
so
no, no, no. But like that's what makes this like an engaging movie. So
yeah.
yeah.
So now, yeah, so Remick is going crazy. He tells them about the clan. He's like, but yeah, but by the way, like that this place wasn't going to be standing tomorrow anyways. The clan's going to come burn it down and kill you guys. So they're like, sick. This sucks. So
And
at
we're
this
wasting
point,
all our bullets on vampires right now. So yeah.
right. So the vampires break in. They're killing people individually. Everybody's fighting. Delta Slim sacrifices himself, like cuts his hand, and it's like spraying blood out. And he's just like, "Come get some" or whatever. So they go and they kill him. And at this point, like most people are vampires. I think
Yeah.
literally everybody except for Sammy, Smoke, and his wife. I think, or his a girl, like his ex lover or
Yeah.
whatever. I think that might be it. Everybody else
Maybe
is
smoke.
bit. So yeah, Smoke and Stack are fighting constantly. Smoke's wife gets, or ex, what what I'm talking about. She gets bit, and she makes him promise. She's like, if I get bit, you stab me
Yes.
in the heart. I don't want to become one of these things or whatever. So he's like, all right. So he does it. He kills his ex,
Which is
whatever.
like a classic Tombstone promise. I don't know if you've ever seen Tombstone, but
Yeah,
Tombstone at the end of the movie, uh, Doc Holliday makes White a promise, like, if you love me, you walk away right now.
yeah,
Hardest thing he ever did,
yeah.
but he loved him and he did
Mhm.
it. And if you love someone and they ask you to do something, you do it.
Yeah.
So
So that was the case in this movie. so he murders or saves his ex lover or whatever. And then him and Smoke and Stack are fighting, and we don't see what happens, but you can tell there's like this, like they're face to face. He's got the thing to his heart or
it's
whatever,
brother
and
brother twins, a
yeah,
vampire brother and a normal human brother, and they're
yeah,
fighting, and it's so good. And it's
yeah, it was
it's
really
like
cool.
that was really cool. And
And simultaneously, while this is happening, Sammy's outside being surrounded by all the
Mm,
other vampires, and Remick is coming out there, and he's just like, like they destroyed my land too, like, back in Ireland. He's talking about what it was like to be an Irish person and having, being enslaved by the English, basically. So he's like, I've been around for a long time. I've seen a lot of
yep.
stuff. And he's like, so I'm going to take your powers now, basically. I'm going to take your voice, and you will all be one happy family, basically. And he takes this guitar and he just smashes him in the head with it, and it goes deep into his head.
Which they said it was someone else's guitar, but it
Yeah.
really is his Smoking Stack's dead father's guitar,
Yeah,
correct?
and that's something we kind of brushed over a little bit, but throughout the movie, they're sprinkling in how Smoke and Stack had a really bad dad who'd beat the shit out of one of the kids, but not the other one. And then they killed their father one day. So yeah, so they stole his guitar. They said it was some like famous guys or whatever, and it's not. It's just their dad's. So it's got sin. It's got a lot of like bad memories or whatever. So yeah, so Remick he's in pain, but he's like, whatever, like I'm gonna take you or whatever. And I like this, but I'm also like, dude, this guy's been a vampire for
As
a hundred.
a vampire, how are you putting yourself in this position?
Well, that's what I'm saying. This guy's been around for 100 years. He knows the sun's about to come up. Like, get out of there. Do it tomorrow night. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You don't have time. You just captured 100 new people. Go do your like. Why do you have to get this guy tonight, right? The second you know the sun's about to come up. So I was like, that's kind of dumb. Guy isn't a new vampire. He's been around for a long time.
He's got not even 2 minutes left at that point,
I
right?
know.
Not
So
even.
I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't love that. I kind of wish I was like, dude,
Okay.
like if you're gonna be having to do all this crazy stuff and lying and sneaking in there and stuff like that, dude, you get there the second the sun goes down. I don't know what you're doing waiting, but whatever. So yeah, so the sun comes up, it kills all the vampires, and everybody lights up in flames, and then he's in this like tornado of flames because smoke comes out and saves Sammy right before he's about to get bit, and so
I
it
love
was
that scene.
cool. It looked really cool, but it just made me think like this vampire shouldn't be this stupid, but okay. And then it's kind of
Alec, that's every vampire movie ever.
not all of them, but a lot of them. I don't know. Stab him through the
Dracula Dead
heart.
and Loving It too. Yeah.
Great.
Well, yeah, Dracula. Don't talk to me about that. Dracula went to bed, and then Van Helsing just stabbed him in the chest
Well,
because he had to go to
that's more
bed.
believable. Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
like, well, I can't be in the sun, so I got to go into my place, and then they attack me when I'm in my place, as opposed to like, I've got 2 minutes, I got this, and it's like, oh, if I fucked it up, I'm dead. Like it's just so whatever. It
Totally.
doesn't matter. It's fine. So all the vampires die because the head vampire dies, which is how it's supposed to work, except for Stack and Mary. So we never see
Who
them.
are in or they're inside still, right?
Yeah, so we never actually see them die for some reason. They're the only ones which doesn't make
But
sense.
they love each other too, which is interesting.
Sure, but the problem is, I believe that Stack would have survived because he actually was in the house. Why was Mary not also part of the rest of the vampire crew that was outside, like chanting, like "We're gonna kill the"? Like, what was Mary
I
doing?
thought she was outside,
Me
but maybe
too.
she came out inside. I couldn't tell you.
Why? I don't know. Yeah, so I understand why Stack is alive because he was fighting his brother and his brother like or whatever. But Mary, I was like, she should be outside with the rest of them. So I was like, okay, but whatever, fine, fine.
Well, can I ask you this too? So we talked about the father. Who killed the father too?
I
Was
can't
Smoker
remember.
Stack.
Because the
So
father would only beat one of
I
them.
don't remember, but I'm gonna say the brother who's a human still, who killed the father, because only one killed the father, is
Hmm.
the one who also stopped the vampire
That's Smoke.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's my guess. I'm gonna have to Google it and make sure I know what I'm talking about. But that I'm gonna have to watch it again and again, man. I love
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah, no, I like it very much too, but I'm just like there are a couple things where I'm like, right, but whatever. Yeah, so that's basically the way the movie ends is oh no. There's just like 20 minutes left of the
No, this
movie.
is not how the movie ends.
Yeah, no, this is how the main part of the movie ends. So the next day, Sammy goes back to his dad's church, and this is like the first shot of the movie is him walking in with a broken guitar, and his dad's, his the church is all there. And then we see Smoke, and he gets all the guns ready because he knows the clan's coming today because the vampires told him. So he sets up his whole, Rambo
Arsenal. Yeah.
style, which again, listen,
Stop it. You're
listen,
picking this
listen, hold on,
apart,
hold
man.
on, hold on. Very good looking shot, very fun, entertaining scene and all this stuff. It literally felt like I was playing a video game because I'm watching one guy mowing all these people down. Then he walks into the line of fire and digs something out of the dirt. I'm like,
Well,
why
he
don't you just
planned it.
have that on you?
No, he prepped it. He prepped. He
How do you
knew he
prep for that?
Alec, back in the day, you knew when you would run out of bullets and there was no time to
Of
reload. So
course, that's not a problem.
he prepped that gun so that when he ran out of bullets, he could get the other one out and shoot
Totally,
again.
totally.
No shit, dude. Come
Keep
on.
it on your back.
Don't
What?
fucking pick this apart so hard. This is
No,
the
I'm going
most
to.
upset I am. No,
Listen,
no, no.
Eric. So you're gonna tell me right now, just hold on, just hold on. You know, okay, yeah, this gun's gonna run out of bullets. Why would I not keep that gun, that extra gun, on me? Why would I
Because
bury?
it's weighted and it's gonna fucking and I gotta fit. I'd rather scoop
Okay,
it up quickly.
let me finish what I'm saying, then you
Sure.
can say whatever you want.
Please.
Sure, let's say you can't keep it on you. Why would you go out into where all the people are with all of their guns, dig it out in front of them, and hope you don't get shot during that time? Why not? Hold on. Why not have your gun that you're shooting from the trees, have the other one next to you for when that runs out of bullets, pick it up and shoot them more. Don't end the gun, walk out with nothing, dig out of the dirt, and hope you don't get shot.
He knew he was getting shot and he knew it was the end.
He didn't have to. The
He
only
knew
reason,
also, we'll talk about the end too, but
dude, he didn't have to die.
he knew it was the end for him.
Didn't need to be.
He just lost the love of his life. He
Was
is
she?
yes.
Okay. All
Yes.
right. So the only reason he dies is because he takes the grenade, throws it in the car, and then instead of being like, okay, the grenade's going to do the work, he stands there and continues to shoot the same car that he just put a grenade into, and one of those guys shoots him. That's the only reason he dies. So if he had just not done that, he's like, sweet, grenade, duck behind the truck, boom, he'd be
Think
alive right now.
think about what happens at the end too. He knows like his brother too, and he knows it's over. Like the clan's coming. I'm gonna wipe out as many clansmen as I can. That was his attitude. He knew he was done. He knew he was done. It was a total suicide mission.
It wasn't. I mean, it is, but the way that it
It
went down because
is.
it was a video game scene and it was like, oh, this guy's gonna take out 30 people, be able to walk into an open field with no cover, pick up a gun, murder more people. Like it's a
He's
video game.
very lucky he wiped out all of them,
Yeah.
but that was his plan.
If
And
it,
he knew he was gonna get shot up, dude.
Eric, but here's the thing. If it was a suicide mission, he should have just taken that gun, walked out, and taken as many as he could. He literally took out every single one, and then the final one, he didn't need to be standing out in the open continuously shooting them. So it didn't need to happen. He could have just like he could have survived this. So whatever.
His juke joint's gone.
Oh, what?
His
Make a
love
new
of his life's
one.
gone.
Whatever. Find a new wife.
He
You
was
like
done. He was done,
that's
dude.
so
He was
fucking
done.
dumb. He's like, I'm 45. I'm just gonna kill myself now. It's like, what? So,
He didn't
anyways,
kill himself. He went down on a line of fire. He wanted to go out hot.
he could have spent the years with his cousin. He could have found his brother. Like,
Sure.
I think it was a really dumb. And if you're gonna be
No,
like,
he knows what his brother's doing too.
okay, yeah, he knows he's a vampire. But the thing is, if
Oh, spoiler. Sorry.
basically, I would believe it more if it was like Scarface, where he's going out and he's just getting like hit like a bunch, and he's
Pretty
still like,
much.
it's not though. He gets hit once by the last guy, and he didn't need to do what he did to get shot. So I was like, it doesn't make sense. He didn't get shot 20 times and was still going. And he's like, I gotta do this. It's like my last mission. It was like he was dumb in the way he strategized this and ended up getting killed as a result. And it's like, this was a noble sacrifice. It's like, it kind of wasn't though. But anyways, doesn't matter. It's still very cool. It's very fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, but I think it was just kind of like a dumb character decision to do it the way he did it. But whatever. He's dead.
We'll move on from him.
Yeah.
But he takes his hoodoo necklace off too.
Yeah. And he looks
And
at the
he
ghost.
has he has a picture of him and his wife reconnecting in what seems to be like a heaven. So maybe he's not a sinner anymore. And he can
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I know.
Maybe
So
that.
he's with his baby and his ex-lover now in somewhere. So And then the final shot, because this is getting long.
I know,
Which
so.
actually, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see this until last night for the first time because I went to the bathroom and I was like, I'm going to pee my pants, and I left. Yeah, so I never saw this until tonight or last night. But yeah, so it starts off, it ends with Sammy is like in 1992, so he's probably in his like 80s, early 80s, late 70s, and he
Late 80s, maybe.
yeah, so he's still a, a great performer, still going around like Chuck Berry, just like doing his thing. And then we see Stack and Mary, and they're alive, and they look like typical 90s, kind of like young people. And they're like, "Hey, we told my brother we'd keep an eye on you and we'd never hurt you, sort of thing. We know you're going to be dead soon. Do you want us to turn you into a vampire?" And he's like, "Nah, I don't want to." And that's kind of it, basically.
You're missing the best part of this movie.
Which part? What?
The best part of this movie is when Sammy says, I still think about that day,
Oh, yeah.
and before it happened, it was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Which cuts to the original shot of them opening up the truck and thinking, what a beautiful day.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a beautiful film to just like show like a day.
Yeah.
And then 80 years later, pretty much, someone saying like that day was the best day of my life. And I love that in general. In
Yeah.
general.
Well, because he says like it was the last time I saw my brother, it was the last time I saw the sun, it was the last time I don't know, had choice. I could do things that I can't ever do
Last
now.
time my face wasn't clawed up, like all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
No, but
yeah.
yeah, it was
Oh, it's
cool.
great. It's great. It's a
But then we
great
learned that smoker stacker must smoke, let the other brother live, but he promised him you'd let Sammy live out the rest of your days.
yeah, yeah.
And he
And
did.
yeah.
Which I didn't
So
know that those vampires could negotiate at that time.
I
So we learned that
also
too.
didn't know
That
that.
honestly was probably my biggest gripe.
And
Honestly,
then
Alec.
also who becomes the head vampire?
Probably
You know.
smoke. Or
Well,
so I
Mary, it should
smoke or
be Mary
stack.
because Mary got bit first. So
It probably is then, which is cool if you think about it.
sure, sure. I don't know.
We got to
It
wrap
is,
this bad boy
yeah,
up.
it's a good movie. Let's just say that. Like, I genuinely enjoy it. I think it was very cool, very original, very well shot. But when I hear 97, the things that I mentioned don't exist to me in a 97% movie. So there were things that were like, you could have fixed these little things and it would have made more sense and it probably would have made the movie a little bit more believable. But that's just me. I think it's friggin' amazing. It makes this year such a bigger year for horror because of a movie like this. It's the biggest horror movie of the year financially. So kudos to it. Good job. Ryan Coogler nailed it. All the actors nailed it. So I'm very excited to see what comes next. But I just got to say, I just feel 97's just a little high. A little high. That's it.
I think he probably feels the same way. He probably feels
Probably.
the same way
Yeah.
because time will tell, but I think this movie will actually last the test of time. Stats.
Yeah.
Debuted April 18th, 2025. Runtime 2 hours and 18 minutes. I wish it was longer. I wish it was way longer. Its budget was 90 to 100 million. Well spent. And its box was 367 million. Rotten Critic, like
Nice.
Alex said, 97%. Rotten Audience, 96%. So both the audience and critic
All
are
right.
97, 96. That's crazy. That's all I got.
Maybe I'm wrong. I am, but I don't think this is a bad movie. I'm just saying I don't think it's an A plus movie.
No, I feel like you don't trust time. Like I just don't know if this is gonna stand the test of time.
Maybe it
And it
probably
might
will.
not. It
I don't know.
might not. It might not. We'll
All
see.
right. Well, there's a lot more for us to say in this movie, but we've been talking for a while, so maybe it's time to spin that wheel. See what we got next.
I'm gonna spin the wheel.
There's one more I'm excited for. Let's see.
I'm not spinning it. I've called it already.
What is
This
it?
was my surprise. Weapons. I want weapons.
Ah, okay.
I want weapons.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, no. So this will be our fourth 2025 movie in a
I
year.
want
I
it.
mean, in a row.
That's
Yeah.
why I want it. That's why I want it. So
This one, we'll see. I'm very curious to see what you think. I just want to say one thing before we wrap up here for weapons, just to preface this. Just watch this movie and just be like, I'm watching it. Don't sit there and be like, as a father, like, I don't think you should watch this movie because like there's kids in it. Like, just watch it because it's such a good movie and I don't want it to hurt you.
I know nothing about it.
Okay.
I'll watch it.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. I just, just there's kids in the movie, but you don't have to sit there and think like that's like my daughter. Just watch it as
I
a
will. I will. I will.
movie because it's a really good movie and I don't want it to hurt you because like I feel like don't bring her back or bring her back. You didn't like it because of there was
It
kids.
just made me. It made me think. But I
Right.
promise you, going into this movie, that's the only thing I'm gonna think of, and that's the only thing I know.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for listening to our episode on Sinners. I know there's a lot more for us to talk about this movie. Maybe we'll do another one at some point to talk about the music, the things we didn't talk about. So, but thank you for listening, and we will see you next week with another big one from 2025, Weapons.
Weapons. I hope there's a sequel to Sinners.
Woo!